Welcome back to our channel Commerce Easy Notes. Today we are going to discuss about the topic product policies. Next we are going to product policies. It is concerned with defining type of the products, volume of the products and timing of the products a company offers for sale. That means the product policies are some kind of rules and regulations set by the management in making product decisions. Product is the basic element of every marketing mix that determines a company's or a firm's success or failure. Next is a good policies are the basis on which the right products are produced and marketed successfully. Product policy guides the marketing activities of the firm and helps it to make the right products for the customers. Generally, the product policies covers all these factors. First one is product planning and development. Second is product line. Third one is product mix. Next is product branding, product positioning, and the last one is product packaging. In this video, we are only going to discuss about product planning and development in detail. Next, we see what is product planning. It is concerned with dividing the nature and type of products to be offered to the target consumers. It covers different aspects such as branding, packing, labeling, pricing, etc. A product is a blending of several attributes like size, shape, color, quality, etc. So, product planning considers how these attributes are combined to form a good product for the customers. Next, we are going to product development. A product development may involve modification of an existing product or its presentation or formulation of an entirely new product that satisfies a newly defined customer want or market. So, product development refers to creating and introducing products in the market. Next, we see what is a product life cycle, that is PLC. Every product has a period of life at the end of which it vanishes from the market. So, the product life cycle is the process a product goes through from when it is first introduced into the market until it declines or removed from the market. A new product introduced in the market goes through different stages of sales. A product life cycle refers to the different stages through which a product passes. Generally, industrial products have a longer life than consumer goods. Then we discuss about the different stages of product life cycles. The different stages are introduction, growth, maturity, saturation, decline, and abandonment. Here we see the stages in a product life cycle that a product goes from its birth stage to the recycling or abandonment stage of that product. Let's discuss it in detail. The first stage is introduction stage. It is also called pioneering stage or development stage. That means the product is introduced in this stage. The second one is growth. Sales increases slightly during this stage. Quick acceptance of the product leads to sharp rise in demand. Next is maturing. That means maturity stage. During this stage, competition increases and the growth of the sales slows down. Next stage is saturation. This stage is characterized by constant demand and sales. First time demand is almost saturated and sales are made to meet the replacement of demand. Next one is decline stage. During this stage, the product enters an irreversible fall in demand and the sales also slows down. The last one is recycling stage or abandonment stage. This marks the last stage in the life cycle of a product. When demand for the product becomes very low or almost nil, the manufacturer or the producer withdraws that product from the market. Let's discuss each stage in detail. In this, the main stages are introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. This table explains all the details of introduction stage in the product life cycle. In the introduction stage, the sales are very low, the costs are very high, there will not be any profits in the introduction stage. The marketing objectives selected by the manufacturers are they are only creating that product and giving the awareness of that product to the customers. They are offering a basic products. Next, the price is fixed by using the formula cost plus strategy. Next, the distribution is selective. Last one, the promotion is very difficult because it is very difficult to promote that product in the introduction stage. Here we are going to discuss about the pricing strategies adopted in the introduction stage of a product. Through this table, we can say that there are 4 pricing strategies. First one is rapid skimming, slow skimming, rapid penetration, and last one is slow penetration. We can define these pricing strategies with the help of this table. First one is rapid skimming strategy. It means that the price fixed is very high and also the promotional expenses are very high. It helps to attract the rich customers into the market. The second one is slow skimming strategy. It means that the price is high but the promotional expenses are very low. It helps to earn more profits. The third one is rapid penetration strategy. It means the price is very low but the promotional expenses are very high. It helps the manufacturers to stay in highly competitive market with their product. The last one is slow penetration strategy. It means the price and the promotion are very low. It helps to get high profit margin in the market. These are the pricing strategies in the introduction stage of a product. Next, we are going to discuss about the details of growth stage. In growth stage, the sales are rapidly rising. The costs are average per customer. The profits are rising. The manufacturers are trying to maximize their market share. The product they are offering with extension, they are providing service with that product and also providing warranty to the products. The pricing strategy selected by the growth stage is the penetration strategy. The distribution is intensive. The promotion strategy they are using, they are trying to increase the demand. Next, we are going to discuss about the maturity stage of product life cycle. Here, the sales are very high. The cost of the product is very low comparing to the growth stage. They are getting high profits. They are trying to maximize their profit while defending market share. They are introducing diversified products with diversified brands and models. Next, the price is fixed by only considering the price of the competitors. Next, the distribution strategy is selected by the manufacturers are more intensive distribution strategies. Promotion they are using, they are only stresses their brand and their brand benefits. Next is the last stage of a product life cycle, that is decline stage. In decline stage, the sales are declining. The costs are very low. They are getting only low profits. They are reducing their expenditures and try to increase their brands. And also they are removing their weak items. They are cut shorting their prices. The distribution strategies are very selective. They are selecting the promotional activities only to retain the hardcore loyal customers. So these are all about the different stages of a product. According to Philip Kotler, the assumptions of product life cycle are: first one is the products have only a limited life. The product sales passes through different stages. In each stages there will be opportunities and challenges. Next one is profits may rise and fall at different stages. The last one is the products require different marketing strategies in each of their product life cycle. These are the assumptions of product life cycle. Next, we are going to discuss about the advantages of a product life cycle. Product life cycle concepts enables a firm to prepare an effective product plan. Next one is a firm can adopt suitable marketing strategies during the different stages of the product. Next, the firm can take advanced step before the declining stage of a product. The product life cycle enables a firm to adopt latest technologies. Next one is it helps the firm to introduce or to develop new product into the market. Next one is it helps the firm to stretch a life cycle of a product through suitable measures like product modification, repositioning, changing package, etc. These are the advantages. Let's discuss about the limitations of a product life cycle. The limitations are it do not follow same life stage. That means the products have different life cycles. Second one is it is difficult to determine the length of the stages. That means we do not know how much time a product will stay in each of the stages. Next, the products will not show the same characteristics in all the stages. Last one is it is very difficult to determine which stage of the cycle the product belongs to. These are all about the product planning and development. Other factors will be discussed in the later videos. Hope you all like the video. Thank you for watching.